Welcome in, chat. Hello, we all.
The
Hope we're all doing
apocalypse.
well. Sorry for running late. Apparently, everything decided to update. Yeah, I have questions for several developers. Anyway, that is why we are running late. But we are live. That's the important thing. So, looks like the update for X4, ooh, Sapporo launcher array. That sounds good. Frontier Mark III shield generators. Frontier shield generator Mark V. Ooh. Let's watch this roll in. Couldn't hear any of what I said over music. Hopefully it's, like, can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. What I was saying is everything updated. Everything. I have many questions. Can you hear now? Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so everything updated. Like half the programs that I use to run my stream, they all updated. The game updated. Everything updated. There's a few questions that I have for some developers of some of these programs, and yeah. Anyway, yeah, looks like we unlocked, like, got a heap of blueprints come in. So, first things first, let's go find out what all of that is. And did this get its new gun? It has a launcher array. Heavy barrage. Ooh. Okay, so the Sapporo just became actually useful in combat. Fuck yes. That's all I've got to say about that. Fuck yes. We got some new shield generators. Yeah, these are still Mark 1 shield generators. Okay, so we're gonna need to refit a lot of ships. That is not the station I want. I want this one. What are you doing at the moment? Did tell you about a number of these changes a week or two ago. Yeah, I hadn't realized that the beta had gone live yet, is the main thing. There's definitely a few things that I remember you mentioning. But some of them I'm like, oh, that's new and shiny. But yeah, it does mean that we're going to need to refit a whole heap of stuff. So that's going to be fun. Huh. I don't know how much we can actually do until this completes. Is the problem. And then we're gonna need to refit like half my existing fleet. Alright, well, that changes plans for the evening. Plans for the evening are going to be try and get this to complete. And attempt to refit everything afterwards. Because I'm pretty sure they all count as construction. I'm pretty sure refit counts as construction. Yeah, you're running low on gases right now. You do have some coming in, so that's not too bad. Although, I think, except for the silicon carbide, you should not, I think, hang on. Do you have building going at the moment? You do. Energy cell production. So how is your energy cells then? Okay for now. Alright. In that case, you can stop selling that. Do that. Yeah. Yeah, that should be okay. At least for the time being. We will need to adjust, but that's okay. Hopefully... Yeah, hopefully that's everything that's needed there. I'm pretty sure it's the silicon carbide that was the problem. Maybe the substrate, actually. You should also do that. Microlattice. Yeah, that'll be a problem. You're buying microlattice. How about you don't? Because I need that. I need that here. Also, you don't have that much on board, so fuck off. Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed, these don't take too long. But it looks like they're going to anyway. What do they need? I think they're using,
As this is the first attempt, I will limit the scope to this sector to help improve accuracy. I will require a beacon to be placed. I will warn you that I expect a significant blast wave, which may result in far-reaching destruction. I suggest you place the beacon in an unpopulated location. Although I am somewhat curious how destructive this blast will be. When you have finished placing the beacon, come and speak to me.
Okay. That's fine. Now I can actually do that, because he wasn't telling me that before. Today I found out that the Boron have their own shipyard blueprints, which are more expensive, even though I can build Boron ships at my normal shipyard. Yeah. Yeah. I think the Terran are a little bit the same. But there's definitely a few things like that. I'm not too surprised that the Boron ones are more expensive. They're almost like the luxury version of everything. Ba-dum-bum-bum. I think we're fine on all the other materials here. So I don't really understand what the holdup is. Has to be the microlattice. Has to be the microlattice. Yeah. That's waiting on methane. Just waiting on ships to arrive, so that's not too bad. Bum-ba-dum. Boron are similar price to COP ones. Exact price is determined by reputation. Terran about 30 to 50% more expensive at same ramp. Yeah. Terran stuff is expensive. Like, even their cheap stuff is not very cheap overall. I will take this money. And I will take this money. All shipyards function identically and can make any race of ship. Yeah, most of the difference is stylistic. And even then, it's not that much. There's not a huge amount of difference. Alright, let's turn Seder on. Hopefully we can get through this fairly quickly. I did think about basically just leaving the game running for a while off stream just to try and get through this backlog.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
And that definitely worked really well in X3. Like all of the X3s, it worked fantastically to do that. But they did seem to dial in the stuff just happens with this one. So it's a bit harder to do that.
Scan away. We found nothing.
It doesn't work quite as well. Unfortunately, I didn't come up with any fancy new ship names over the last few days, which is
Docking permission granted.
there hasn't been any more added to the list yet, but we do have some still on that list that we can use. It's just that most of them are great for battleships. That's the word I was looking for. Boron modules often cost a bit more to build over their COP equivalent because of the water cost. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Requesting permission to
But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure there's much that I can do to speed this up right now. Like, I could speed it up in the long term, but I need it sped up now. There's really not a whole lot I can do. Unless... What am I short on? Is it the microlattice? That's the wrong station. Oh, actually. If it is the microlattice that I'm short on, I can pinch it from here. I think it is. I think it is the microlattice. Alright. Give me... Didn't I have a large freighter? You're a mining ship, aren't you? Yeah. Alright, you, what are you doing?
Requesting permission to dock.
What are you doing right now?
Permission granted.
You are going to buy... Advanced electronics? Why are you buying advanced electronics? Oh, you're buying from here. That's okay. To then sell there. Guess what? You now have a new job. Yep, that's fine. You've got a new job. Your job is to come to here. Transfer wares. Give me as much of this microlattice as you can. Confirm. And then bring it over here. And drop off all of that microlattice. And then do it again. There it is. Cool. And then you can go back to doing whatever the hell you're doing. But I need you to do that now. Hopefully that will help speed things up a little bit.
Please hold. We'll be scanning your cargo load. We found nothing. You can go. See? Just your everyday needle season.
Yeah, you'll be building for build storage, that's fine. Let's keep an eye on this.
Docking permission granted.
Well, you now have some. It's not the maintenance, it's not the fabrication. None of them are doing anything right now. Yeah, they must be waiting on the microlattice. I didn't think the Adachi's used microlattice. I guess it's not actually the Adachi that it's trying to build right now. Yeah, it must be trying to build Gladius. which will use the microlattice. The 3 ways to speed up ship construction. 1, deliver resources faster, obviously only relevant if shortage is the problem. Build more modules, if you have the resources, an extra shipyard module, it's an extra build slot. Multiple for SM. More builder drones, speed of building any given ship is accelerated based on available drones. I'm pretty sure it's resources. Because I've got 2 fabrication bays and a maintenance bay. But I've got 2 fabrication bays here. And my drones... I have 400 building drones on board. So I suspect that the problem is materials. So hopefully that couple of shipments of microlattice from the other factory will help. I don't expect it to be, like, fixing the problem. Because I'm pretty sure I just require that much at the moment. But hopefully it'll get through a decent chunk of the backlog. And that's probably the most important thing right now. The more of that we can get through faster, the better. Each fabrication bay can build 8 at a time. Yeah, so that's not the problem. That and the building drones is not the problem. 400 build drones, I should easily be able to build 16 ships at the time. But it's only building 1 at a time. So I'm pretty sure the problem is materials. It just doesn't have the materials in storage. This is also why I really want to get this finished with its L and XL bays. Because then I can set up, like, copy the blueprint and make multiple of these. Because, like, with 3 or 4 of these set up, I should be able to print ships pretty easily. Given that 400 build drones can bring an Asgard build time down to under 10 minutes, yeah, they aren't a problem. Yup. Yup. Is that something getting attacked up here?
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
So yeah, it's definitely materials. And I think that's supported by it only building 1 at a time when it has facility to build 16. Like, if I had the materials, I should be able to pump out this entire batch of bolos.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
I probably don't need 400 cargo drones.
Please halt. We'll be scanning your cargo load. Go ahead and scan. We found nothing. You can go.
That should help. Yeah, I don't think the energy cells are going to be a problem anymore. I know we were having problems with that. We had been having problems with energy cells. It just wasn't getting shipments fast enough. But I suspect that now we're going to have an overabundance of them. They will fine, particularly if you let others order from it. that it will always be short on something, no matter how much you produce, deliver, buy. But you can also be fairly confident that when that is the case, it is printing money. Yeah. Would be more realistic if you could calm the manager and ask what the problem is. I know, right? Right? Like, yo, dude, what's the holdup? Tell me where the problem is so I can fix it. Yep. Bam. It's the micro ladders. I just saw the tick there. It came up, dropped, and it's immediately building 3 Adachis. Cool. The problem was the micro ladders. I didn't think the Adachis used micro ladders, but okay. Encyclopedia. Ships. Combat ships. Fighters and support. There's an Adachi in this list somewhere.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
Okay. Is it not? There it is. Universal Terran. Oh. Well, that changes things. It can use either. Huh. Okay. So how do I know which build method it's using? Preferred build method is Terran.
Docking permission granted.
Yeah, there's a preferred build method order. There's a global order for it, or I can toggle it. Closed loop? What? What does that mean? It's a setting? Yeah. What does closed loop mean? Does that mean to just use whichever it can? Because that would be ideal. Closed loop means to use scrap. Ah. Okay, so if I get a hang-up on the Adachis or Cutlass, then if I do that, I guess that's not the hang-up anymore? Wait, what? We're saving. It's still not building, though. Jesus, that was loud.
Permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
Let me just find out what that was. I don't know if it was loud for you, but that was really loud for me. Expect ones already ordered will still want whatever they listed. It was? Alright, let me see if I can work out what it was. Oh, it's that other game you told me about that I've been playing in the background. Let me bump the volume down on that a little bit. Where is it? That would be that one. Hang on. There's a better way to do this. No, there's not. If I do that, hopefully. Yeah, this is that other game you told me about. This Prosperous Universe, which I did start. Like, originally I started with the Steam download, but I ended up switching to browser because there's a whole heap of browser tools that help with it. But yeah, basically it's just, you run an economy. Trying to blame you now? I mean, it's a very, very slow burn game. It's very much once you, like, get your initial setup, you just leave it running in the background. But that'll have been a notification. Okay, it's just telling me that my stuff's running low, which I know. I very much am aware that stuff is running low. I am deliberately running it low right now. So that's fine. That'll have just ticked over its use of apparently drinking water for the day. That's fine because in 7, 8, about 9.5 hours, I'll get more. So that's fine. That is completely fine. And I've got some on my ship here that I can transfer back if I need to. But yeah, it's basically just an economy simulator. You run a base, you produce stuff. It's all real time. And like it is very, very slow burn. But like I've got this trade one set up. Keep an eye on prices of stuff that I'm producing most of. I went with like the farming start, which just gives you supplies to set up a base to do that. This calculator is one of the tools that I've got. Same with these charts. Just some extra tools. But yeah, it's not too bad. I managed to run my money right down to begin with, but it's building back up. So that's pretty good. And yeah, just sits there in the background. It is MMO, so like I can call this up on my phone. It's a very limited interface there, but like I can check on stuff. I can check, you know, how's my base production going? Oh, you've completed a couple of cycles. Cool, we'll queue up a couple more things. Or you know no, I can't really see what the prices are doing. Prices and stuff are doing, but say I had a ship traveling somewhere. Oh, you arrived, you were carrying a bunch of stuff. Cool, unload that. And then go back to where you were or whatever. Pick up something else. So that's cool. Just a little thing to have running in the background there. Let's go back to this. And run a faster moving economy. Because, yeah, like I said, it is... that other one is very, very real time. Like, you're gonna take days to weeks before you really start managing to do much. Like, you'll get production started straight away. That's not a problem. It gives you what you need for that. But before you actually start turning that into something, like your first production cycle, it's going to take a few hours. And there's not really a way to speed that up. I think you can improve efficiency a little bit by, you know, giving the workforce certain goods. But it's not a huge boost to the speed. Best way to boost your speed is build more of the buildings that produce the thing. So I ended up building a whole heap in water. So I'm harvesting more water than I use, which is good because drinking water and basic rations. Sorry, the basic. These, I'm pretty sure, yeah, these all use water, and then these three things all go into the basic rations, though there's a dozen recipes for basic rations. So, you know, there's options there. But to produce all these, that uses the water, and then drinking water as well, which may people use. But produce enough of that, I can sell it. And if you look over here, and I look at, where is it? Consumables basic. Drinking water here, this demand here is like 4 times what the current supply at that exchange is. And it's similar for the rations at the moment. So that's a pretty good market to get into. So just produce more than I use, and I'm printing money. It just takes time. And that is real time. So, you know, I started this the other day, and I don't have a huge amount of money. Yeah.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission.
The other thing you can do with it, though, and I did dabble a little bit, is you can rent a warehouse at the exchange, and I did. It's like 100 of whatever the currency is per week, which it's pocket change. So I rented a warehouse and immediately went and just bought some, I think it was rations, when it was at a dip in its price. Using like real world economic theory, you see the candlestick chart, would have seen the candlestick charts there. So keep an eye out for when it's at a low, when it's about to start picking up. Buy low, price comes up, sell it high. I've done that a little bit already. And made, a couple thousand off it. Low volume, so, like, not making huge amounts of money off that, but that is an option that you could do. You could, if you wanted to, sell off everything that you start with and only trade. Only use that trading, if you wanted to. It's very, very open. And the other thing you can do is, just because you start with a particular start doesn't mean that you're stuck doing that. Like, later down, you can set up another base that's in a completely different industry, if you wanted to. You can't really set up closed chains, so self-sustaining. You will need to be shipping stuff around, but, get enough bases set up, different planets that with different resources. You could eventually build yourself a self-sustaining empire, but not a single self-sustaining base. So yeah. But it is very much a slow burn, that one. That is not the one I need. This is the one I need. How many ships can Tycho have docked? How do I find out? I'm sure there's a way to find out. Where do you tell me? Is it in here? No. Do you tell me? Ship storage, 60. 60, 60. So that's like 120 just in the dock areas. Remember seeing it? Don't remember where. Yeah, I'm sure there's a global, like, oh yeah, you can have this many docked.
Requesting permission to dock.
But anyway, I can have 120 just in the dock areas of small and medium. I'm pretty sure these, yeah, 140, 140, 140. So 60, 120. So that's 180. Plus 3 by 140. Why does my brain hate numbers? Three 380 420 420 plus 180 500 600. Cool, so I can have 600 small and medium ships docked. I do not need to worry about that. Information, maybe loadout. Tab for station will have total dock spaces. Does it? It's not all the information. It's got drone capacity. There it is. There's also a place where it says, for example, 4 of 40 ships. I think that's here. Though that's not split by size. Which is slightly more useful to me.
Requesting permission to dock.
Is that being divided up by size? To say that there's, you know, the 600 small and medium ships that I can have in storage. So I'm guessing the 660 is also including on the pads and the pier, which isn't quite as useful. Because I need to keep my pads and pier relatively empty, so stuff can come in and out as needed. Alright, what are you low on now? What are you? That's the wrong station. This is the problem with having two practically identical stations. You need to just drop down in something. Did you just start building? You did. You started building a couple of gladiators. Okay, but I don't think the problem is the microlattice anymore.
Requesting permission to dock.
Has to be.
Docking permission granted.
Because that's... everything else there's... supplies of. You should probably resume production, because that's starting to get low.
Please halt. We will be scanning your cargo load. Scan is clear. You're free to go.
Drone components and missile components. Oh. What started building them? What started needing those?
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
Smart chips. What? Didn't I have smart chip production? These weren't here before. Alright, well, I guess I've got, what, 3 modules to go find? Drone components, smart chips, and missile components. Did I have a smart chip for... I thought I had the smart chips. Apparently not. Yeah. Huh. Alright, well, let's go find. Let's turn Zeta off.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission
Smart
granted.
chips. Where is making these? Hello? Smart chips. That's not manufacturing. I need manufacturing. Argon Smart Chip Factory. Haha. Let's start guidance. Next thing, do I have...
Scan is clear. You're free to go.
Okay. Why do I have that again? Does that mean I can get another one of every one of those ships? I'm guessing not, but... like... it did send me the message again. What was I after? Upgrades, EMPs. I only have one. I could do with some more. It's G, not T. Why is teleport G when T is right there? Does that make sense to anyone?
Entering system. Grand exchange.
Give me my personal office. That is the update. That is a list of what you unlocked from timers. Okay. So it's not saying that there's more there. It hasn't gone and replaced them. Is what you're telling me. What do I need for the EMPs again? Remote detonators. Give me those. Interface unit. I've got those. And... is that the lodestone? I don't remember if I needed secure containers or not. I'm gonna need some more detonators. Still, for now, we are fine. I need a ship. What ship do I want? Let's go in that. That works.
Entering system. Sol.
Wow, why are you laggy?
Katana.
Just loading it? Yeah. Okay. Just loading it. Huh. I think my head tracking's dead.
Autopilot. Engaged.
It's fine, we're autopiloting anyway. Because I have management things to do.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
What are you doing? Or not doing, as the case may be. Buying medical supplies. Go do that. You're also meant to be trading medical supplies. Go do that. That reputation's gotta be close to fine. Plus 18. Well, they're no longer fun to me. So that's good.
Getsufune.
Like, that is helpful. Alright, what else did you need? That's fine. Oops. That one. Don't need to worry about that. Yeah, you're still not really producing. Question is, why are you not producing? Probably, at this point, because you're after these. missile components. So, let's go find some missile components. I don't need field coils.
Entering
I found
system.
them, that's fine.
The void.
That's... okay. It's fine. This is fine. This is all fine. Are you... where are you pointing me? What about over here? Missile component factory. Excellent. So we found one of them. Cool. That's like 2 sectors away. That's fine.
I was asked to drop my cargo. Awaiting orders.
Escape. Pause. It's down here. Oh, look. You're right next to a Terran katana. Guess what, buddy? You done fucked up. Yeah, my fleet's way too far away to respond. Yeah, that katana got their attention. Actually, am I in that sector? I'm not. Where am I? No, I'm next one over. And this was the moment he knew he fucked up. Get wrecked, buddy. Where
Entering
do you
system.
think you're flying off to?
Contact.
Yeah, maybe not. Oh, you stopped running? Fine. That's fine. We're also registering as Terran again. That's a problem. Guys,
Entering
guys,
system.
why are we patrolling all the way up there?
Argon
There's
Prime.
nothing up there. Go kill that. Just as a group, go delete that.
Autopilot disengaged.
Might be Karkos in up there. If they go far enough out, they will find them. That's not the problem. I think it's actually just a range from, like, the center of the system. And I don't know how to change it. Or even if it's possible to change it in vanilla. Well, let's watch how this goes down. Then I'll go see about getting me some blueprints. Some print blues. Once we know how this is going to go down. Mostly I just want to know if I lose ships. Because if I do, I need to make more. And I'd rather not have to go look through logs. Okay, but that is actually kind of impressive. Why did you... Oh, guys, you had a fantastic attack run there. Yeah, but it's not Terran. It's SCA. You know it. I know it. We all know it. That's better. Gonna pirate my shit? I will fucking ruin you.
Thief! Stop them!
Now go kill the laser tower. Yeah, see, it's SEA. Get fucked. Alright. Well, I don't think we lost anything. So, I need to... that one. That's not where the elevator is. Sorry, transporter.
Katana.
Wow, dude. You... Actually, hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
Can I help? Goodbye.
Yep. Let me in the seat. I forgot to find the module I needed. Dude, I need to see. Thank you.
Mercury. Argon Wharf.
That's not what I'm after.
Smart Chip Factory.
That's what I'm after. Wow, he wasted zero time
Mammoth
getting away.
Vanguard.
Helps if I
Smart
press the right
Chip
buttons.
Factory.
That one. I reckon it's this one. Although it could be the other ones. Actually, no, that's just 4 of the same module. Yeah, that is just 4 of those same module. I need to... Hi, can we stop? Thank you.
Katana.
Wow, dude. I know you're in a rush to leave, but... Come on. Try not to throw me in the station as you do. This spot should be fine, right? Wow. That is very not fine.
Spacesuit EMP.
Can I have that back?
Container.
This is the problem with using head tracking, is when it's not active, I still go to use it. I really should fix that. Well, that was not helpful at all.
Spacesuit EMP.
Need an asteroid. Please not bothered.
Why are they going in? Fine.
You're finished.
Really? Only one? Like, I'm not even seeing the scanner show up in here. Aha! There it is. Alright. Where's my ship going? Oh, that's not good.
Entering
You
system.
say that,
Sol.
but, I'm gone. Logbook. Yep, we're good. Alright. Where were these missile components? That was up here. Yeah, that guy wasted no time getting home. Yeah. Absolutely no time wasted.
Requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
See?
Sir.
Not very nice, is it? Alright, how is Tycho going on building those? Not really. What was it that I just picked up? Smart chips. I don't know why it needs missile components, because I don't think I equipped missiles on anything. I also have no idea what you're actually waiting on right now. Yeah, well, Icon Space should have cooled down by now.
Autopilot engaged. Entering system. Getsofune. Entering system. The Void.
What were the other components we needed? Drone, wasn't it? Can you maybe stop pointing at the trading stations? It's actually slightly annoying that I can't exclude certain station times. From these searches. Like, it's not actually drone components that I'm after right now. It's
Entering system.
the production
Second contact.
facilities. So we're like, is to be able to order shipyard to sell to NPCs only when over a certain threshold of storage. Allow for both reserving some wares for your own shipbuilding and allow you to reduce the amount the manager wants to be willing to pay for goods. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be useful. And like, it's a fairly... seems like a fairly basic type of command, right?